Hello, welcome to this winter solstice practice. So, winter solstice is a time of inner reflection. It's a time of dropping in, being still, and listening. It brings us into this potent space of darkness. It wraps us lovingly in its arms and it says, hey, it's a time of rest. It's a time to be still. It's a time to gather, a time to listen, a time to really connect to what lives outside of what you know. In the seemingly empty space of darkness, anything is possible. It is fertile, it is potent, it is a space of unknown uncertainty. And it says, hey, let's drop into that space. Let's lean a little deeper, let's rest, let's drop, let's allow ourselves just to be where we are. And this winter solstice comes with a real rooting energy. We've just moved through the Gemini full moon, wiping the slate clean, a clearing, a releasing of what is no longer needed, what you don't want to carry forwards. And coming into winter solstice, we've got the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Virgo. This is an earthy energy. This is a rooting down. This is a checking in with your foundations. As we've wiped the slate clean, it's now a time to check in. What are you building on? What are you creating? And not just that, who are you being? Because our life is not created just through what we think or the story in our mind. Our life is created by what we do, who we are in the world. Yes, the thoughts in your mind shift and interact and influence and shape how you experience this world. What really ripples out into life is who you are, what you embody, how you show up in each space, each moment, how you are being. That's what creates a ripple in this world. And the reason our thoughts are so powerful is because our thoughts often influence, shape, and dictate who we are in this world. And so today we're going to be dropping into a yin practice. It's a practice of stillness. It's a practice of moving, shifting whatever is sticky or icky or crunchy below the surface. It is a practice of opening up space, of releasing. It is a practice of being still and listening. And so what I'm going to invite you to do in this space is just to be where you are. To really watch where the mind wanders, where it goes, and come back. Come back into stillness, come back into being, come back into awareness, back into presence. Because when your actions can arise from the depth of your presence, that is when magic happens. That is when you create with integrity. That is when you create with authenticity, with empowerment, when you recognize that you are the creator of your story, your journey, and your life. That is when you can move into 2025 with this boundless, limitless energy, because you are connected. You are connected to the essence of who you are, the truth of who you are, and the depth of who you are. That is what we're going to work with today. I'm super excited to bring this in. So yin, we're going to be in each pose for somewhere between 3 to 6 minutes. You shouldn't really need any props. I've created a class that means you don't need too many props, but if you want a couple of cushions just to make this really supportive, you can. If you want to light a candle, smudge sage, Palo Santo your space, then please do. If you want to light an incense to make this just a really nourishing experience, then please do. Make your environment what you need it to be so you can drop, so you can settle, so you can sink and feel safe enough to do that. As we're working with these earthy energies, it's all about creating safety. It's about allowing yourself to drop below the surface. So we're going to start lying down on the ground. Grab anything you need, blankets to stay warm, jumpers to stay warm, cushions, whatever you need. Remove any distractions. You really truly get out what you put into something. So while you're here, you've chosen to be here, be present, be here. Remove distractions. And that doesn't just mean physical distractions around you. It also means shift the internal dialogue. Bring some awareness, bring some focus, bring some presence into each moment. So take a moment, just let yourself drop. If you want to keep the feet on the ground, feet a little wider than hips, and let the knees fall into one another, then please do. Let your shoulders sink, let your breath move into your tummy, and just take a moment there. Close the eyes, relax the jaw, and just notice where you are right now. What you feel right now, what is present for you right now. We're cultivating awareness. We're really, truly coming into this place of listening, unconditional. There's no judgment. There's no labels. There's nothing here that you have to understand or figure out, or anything here that can define you. It's just simply an opportunity to be fully in this moment, because this is the only moment you can create from. This is it. So notice if you're starting to hold anywhere. Maybe you're lifting up through the shoulders, let them drop. Maybe there's a little engagement through the butt cheeks, release it. Maybe there's a slight contraction through the tummy, let it go. Wiggle the toes, release through the feet. Wiggle the fingers, release through the hands. Wiggle the jaw and release through the teeth. Then soften the point between the eyebrows. And just come to breathing in and out. There's a real simplicity with the winter solstice, and I think we can make these transitions and these moments really big and really complicated, and they really don't have to be. We think we have to do all of the things. We think we have to get it perfect. But really all you're doing is being here, trusting that whatever is in this moment is exactly as it needs to be. That everything you need is right here. That life is going to bring you all of the lessons just at the perfect timing for you. And all you have to do is be present for it. Move moment to moment, breath to breath, because from there you get to create with integrity. You get to become the conscious creator. Instead of feeling like life is happening to you, you realize it's happening for you. So start to deepen your breath. Play with sending that inhale down into your tummy. Play with expanding through the ribs. Relax wherever you're holding. Let everything drop down into the earth. You don't need to hold it here. Let everything sink heavy. Any weight that you carry, any responsibilities you have, any identities, any stories, just for a moment, put them down. Really step into this potent, fertile, empty space, the space in between. A space that can often be quite uncomfortable, but in that, it's only because it's uncertain. The uncertainty is the bridge between this and whatever is next. The uncertainty is the bridge between where you are and where you're going. Don't let the familiar keep you looping, keep you stuck. Don't let the fear of the unknown stop you from stepping forwards. And know that while you're in this space, this gap, you're held and you're safe. Whatever bubbles can bubble. Whatever you feel, you can feel. Wherever you are, you can be there. You just breathe in and out. Really come into that place of simplicity. Every breath, seeing if you can breathe a little deeper into the tummy. Find a full inhale here. Hold the breath at the top. Can you sip in a little more? And then let it go. From here, we're going to take it into child's pose. Move really slowly. Be patient with yourself. Just start to bring yourself up. Maybe you just roll over. And then take your arms forward. Send your bum above your heels. Stretch your hands either forwards towards the front of your mat or take them back towards your feet. Rest your forehead down. Your tummy over your thighs, or maybe the knees come a little wider. Close down the eyes and sink into your shape. If you need any props here, cushions underneath the tummy or between the butt cheeks and the heels, then take whatever you want. Maybe a blanket over the top of you, creating this little cocoon. We're going inwards. We're mining a little deeper. In that space, we can alchemize, transform. Step into a new story. Stay here, breathing in and out. Watch your breath, watch your mind. Just stay present. It's such a simple practice. Presence. And in a world that likes to make it complicated, likes to make it this big thing, likes to make us believe that we have to be entirely different, I think the most potent thing we could ever do is be present. The most powerful thing we could ever do is be present, because from there, we choose. We choose how we step forwards. We choose how we show up. We choose what we believe to be true. We step away from things that feel limiting or restricting. We challenge the stories that stop us experiencing what we want to experience. We meet ourselves with love and compassion in the pain, the heartache, the grief. We allow all of those things to remind us of how powerful and strong we really are. There's no question of that. You're here. That's it. In and out. And if you notice your mind wander, you just simply come back. You don't need to know where you went or what it is or why it happened or what it means. Because the more we try and figure that out, the more we amplify that story, the more we allow ourselves to wander away from the present moment. And it's really in that space that magic happens, that we create, that we can embody a different frequency, a different vibration, a different story, a different way of being. To just come back. You've got just a few more moments. Last few breaths. From here, start to bring yourself to lie down on your tummy. Bring yourself forwards. Lay yourself down, maybe left or right cheek to the ground, or even bring your hands under your head as a little pillow. Just find somewhere comfortable and then give yourself a moment. A couple of deep breaths, let yourself settle. If you want to take a little wiggle, and then land in stillness. We're challenging that story that makes us believe that we're not worthy unless we're doing something, unless we're achieving something. We're challenging that belief that there is something outside of you that you need. We're challenging the story that you need to be fixed or healed, that you are broken. And we're just coming back to being, back to essence, back to truth. From here, you're going to stick your right arm out to the side. So your palm faces down. The arm is about shoulder height. So you're sticking it straight out to the side. Then from there, take your left hand underneath your shoulder. Roll gently towards your right hip. So you can bring that left knee up towards your chest. So you're not quite all the way over on the hip. You have a little bit of support with that knee coming up. If you want to feel a little more, that's not quite enough sensation in the front of the right shoulder for you, you can roll all the way onto the right hip and bring both knees up to the chest. If you still want to feel a little more, you live in a lighter body, you can step that left foot to the ground with the knee pointing up to the sky. If you still don't feel quite enough there, you can bend your right elbow and cactus your arm. That will change sensation. For me, if I bend the elbow, I have to come all the way back out and remove the left leg on the ground just so that I have a little bit more space. But have a play, see where you want to be. Then take a breath and settle. Relax the jaw, the face, you're there. You're breathing in and out. Let yourself sink into the shape. We're not reaching for intensity. We're not trying to get anywhere. Soften that. Relax that. There's nothing to prove. There's no need to be anything different. You're just here. This just is, and that's all it needs to be. You breathe in and out, and that's it. And if you notice any little pockets of holding, any tightness, any grip, any grasp, begin to send your breath into it. With every exhale, just invite a softness. No push, no force. We're not demanding anything to change. We're just inviting a different way of being, a different experience. Maybe sending your breath a little deeper, but if you notice it becomes short, just meet yourself in that with compassion. There's no judgment. There's no expectation. You do not have to change anything. You do not have to be anything other than what you are, who you are. And you get to be different if you want to be. You get to live a different story if you want to. But be conscious in creating that story. And know that it comes not in the story you tell, but in how you show up in each moment. And not just to other people, but to yourself. How you show up in the moments no one's watching. How you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself. How you describe yourself, how you label yourself, how you identify yourself. That shapes who you are in this world and what you experience. And all of that is changeable. You're not defined or limited or stuck in anything. No matter what the mind tells you, no matter what the fear tells you, no matter what the pain or heartache that you remember tells you, you're a limitless, boundless soul. You've got just a few more moments, a few more breaths. When you're ready, start to roll back over onto your tummy. Gently move the legs. Gently, slowly bring yourself back. Over left or right cheek to the ground, or maybe hands under your head. We'll take a few breaths there. Let yourself settle, let yourself sink. Your breath move without constriction. Let yourself just be in this moment. It is in that empty space, in the gaps. It is there that magic happens. And we release the layers of story, pain, heartache, identity. We allow ourselves to come back into being, to breath, to this. We allow ourselves to be present in all that exists in that moment, that space, and just watch it, just witness it. And slowly we unpick the stories our mind tells us till we can mine deeper into truth, into essence. So we can drop to the depth of who we are and what it is we desire in this world. Our desires come from us. They arise from within instead of rising from what we think we should be or who we think we are, how we think this life works. When you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. Your left arm's going to come out shoulder height, palm faces down, then roll over onto your left hip. Again, you have the option of bringing both knees up to the chest or just the right knee, or even stepping that right foot behind you with the knee up at the sky. See how it feels. Have a little play, move around. You're not reaching for intensity, so resist that urge to move into a shape where your body starts to tighten. Find somewhere you can soften and somewhere you can land and somewhere where you just are. Then you breathe. And you're there. Stay where you are. Stay present here. Watch the mind as it wanders. Follow your breath. Let yourself sink a little deeper into this. You're just here. That's all it needs to be. Drop the expectation, the judgment, the stories of the past. Mine deeper into presence, into being, to essence. And just witness yourself here, no judgments. Nothing you're trying to achieve, nowhere you're trying to get to. And yeah, action is needed in this world. We are creators. We're creating in every moment, but so often our creation comes from a feeling of lack, a feeling of needing to prove, a feeling that we're not worthy, or there's something wrong with us. Or maybe our action rises from the pain of our past, what we have experienced, our story up until now. Maybe our protective layer, our fear, stops us from acting in a way that is true to who we are. And this practice is a practice of coming back to truth, of mining deeper below all of that, so that your actions rise from your integrity, from your authenticity, from the truth of who you are and what it is you want in this world. And there's no judgment for the pain, the protective layer you've built, the identity you've created. It's all welcome, it's all part of it. It's just questioning whether that is actually still serving you and something you want to carry forwards. Because if it's not, you don't have to. That story no longer serves you or allows you to experience what you want to experience. Change it, challenge it, question it, unpick it. And the beauty of presence, the beauty of being is that we have the space to do that. We have an opportunity to see whether or not what we are living is what we want to be living. Whether or not we're standing in our own way. Whether or not we're showing up in a way that is true or feels good. Keep breathing, you've just got a few more breaths. When you're ready, roll back to your tummy. Unravel your shape, unfurl, and just lay yourself down, either left or right cheek to the ground or hands under your head as a pillow. Just take a breath. Let your body really, truly drop. Any little pockets of holding, release them. Scan through your body, get honest with yourself. Where are you holding on? Where's their grip? Let it go. You do not have to hold it all. You're safe here. And when you're ready, we're going to press it back into child's pose. You have a few options. You can do the same child's pose as you did before. Or maybe this time you take a wide leg child's pose, feet together, knees wide. And you can even then bend the elbows and take the hands to the back of the neck, the back of the head. Maybe finding a little bit in the top of the arms. If that doesn't feel nice, don't do it. If you want any props here, do. We're going to hold this one for a little longer. We're going to sink a little deeper. If you need anything here to support yourself, grab it. And then sink in. Take a few breaths, a few moments. Soften where you can. You're here. That's it. Allow yourself that. Allow yourself this. Each breath guiding you a little deeper into presence. Just a simple breath. Nothing forced. Nothing to prove. Just an exploration of the depth of your breath, the fullness. Noticing if there are any little pockets of holding or constriction. And softening into them. Keep breathing. Stay present. Just witnessing, listening. Allowing each moment to reveal itself. Each moment to unfurl. There's something terrifying about letting go of the fantasy, the story. Letting go of the need to get somewhere or achieve something. For me personally, I notice a lot of fight when I start to challenge that. When I start to release the need to control. We're told that our worth is defined by who we are and what we achieve. We're told that we have to be something in the world, prove something. When really you're enough just as you are. And there's something liberating underneath the fear of letting go. There's a freedom in allowing each moment to unfold and reveal itself and show you what is possible. There is a spaciousness in that, because there is so much to this world that we will never know and that we're yet to discover. You have no idea what's coming, even if you think you do. Even if you have this plan for the next week, month, year, whatever. Life doesn't really play by those kind of rules. You don't know who's going to walk into your life, who's going to walk out of your life. You don't know what is going to crumble or what is going to come together. And it's true, our resistance is what creates our suffering. Our resistance to what is what creates our pain. And when we can let go of control or the need to be somewhere or get somewhere, we soften into this. There's a spaciousness, there's a freedom in just being here and allowing ourselves to create from this moment. Create from what is right in front of us instead of needing it to be different. That is empowerment. And you can sit fully present in the moment and go, hey, this is what's in front of me. How do I want to play in this? What do I want to do with this? This is what life is presenting me. This is how I'm going to step forwards from it. So just be here, breath by breath, moment by moment. When you're ready, you can either come down to lie on your tummy or come to lie on your back. Our next shape will be on our back, but if you want to go on your tummy first for our little mini rebound, then take it. A comfortable space to land, to settle, to be. Find a breath, your eyes are closed. This is an inwards journey. This is a journey of listening and mining below the surface, of digging a little deeper. It's kind of ironic that in that digging deeper, it's more about doing less. Being more. You're here. That's it. Keep breathing. Stay present. If you're not already there, you're going to come to lie down on your back. Lay yourself down, take the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall wide. Maybe cactus across the arms, that's a slight bend in the elbows, but the shoulders are on the ground. If you find that your shoulders float off, your arms float off the ground in cactus, then place your arms somewhere else. Let them really root, let them really land. Let everything drop. So take any wiggles, any adjustments you need so that you can allow your body to drop. If you want cushions under the thighs or under the knees so that you feel a little safer, supported, to open, then take them. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Doesn't mean you failed, doesn't mean you're weak. It's just giving yourself support. There's strength in that. There's strength in opening up. And there's strength in knowing that often we need support to be able to open. It's not something we can just click our fingers and it happens. And close your eyes and find your breath. We're going to take a few moments in this shape and then we're going to move into a few rounds of breath. An invitation to slow the breath down, to drop into a deeper presence, a deeper place of being. We'll take a few moments here first. Breathing in and out. Really, truly let your body sink into the earth. Any pockets of holding, invite a softness, remembering it's not a demand. If your mind has wandered, come back. It doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything unless you make it mean something. There's an interesting idea, theory, thought, that there's nothing in this world that has a charge until we give it a charge. Every one of us has experienced each and every moment differently based on how we're perceiving it. The charge is the meaning that you give it. For some, we'll experience something and it will be joyful and it will be light and it will be expansive. For some, we'll experience the same thing and it will be heavy and it will be challenging and it will be dark. There's nothing wrong with either of them. Nature doesn't play by those codes of morals. There's no right or wrong, it just is. There's just two ways of experiencing one thing. Two ways of expressing yourself. There are an infinite number of ways of experiencing one thing. So maybe you just start to play with shifting your view, your perspective, what you see in the world. We're going to move into a few rounds of breath. So each round of breath, I'm going to count you through. We're going to keep the breath long and slow. If my count makes you feel anxious, if it brings tightness, let it go. Release it. Do not force yourself to follow it. We'll find a full breath in. Release it. We'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Full breath in and out. Undo the legs and just come to lie flat on the ground. Take any wiggles, any adjustments, any extra layers to stay warm, and then just lay yourself flat. Eyes are closed. You're here in stillness. You're here in this moment. You're here with this breath. If your mind wanders, let it wander, but then come back. See where it goes without adding to it, without amplifying it, just a witnessing of that thought. Then come back. And you're just going to be here. I'm going to leave you in stillness. I'm going to leave you in silence for a few moments. I'm still here. I'm still holding this space. I've still got you. Let yourself be here. Let yourself experience it. Let yourself drop into it. Stay present. Keep breathing. Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Just give yourself this. Come back. You're here. Follow your breath. Start to deepen your breath. The belly expand. Expand through the ribs, through the chest, across the collarbones. Relax through the jaw, the face, tummy. Maybe start to bring some movement back into fingers and into toes. Taking any wiggles, any shapes, any stretches, any size that you want. Maybe rolling over to one side or come straight up to seated, choice is yours. If you make it straight to seated, we'll bring hands to heart center, eyes closed. If that doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. We will eventually meet in seated whenever you're ready. There's no rush. If you need a little longer, take a little longer. That's okay. And as you take your hands to your heart, press right into left, left into right. Close the eyes. May this be a space of ease. May this be a space of love, a space of truth. May the darkness wrap you in its loving arms and remind you of who you are below the surface, of who you are underneath, who you learned to be. May this space be a transition, a stepping into your power, a reclamation. A reminder that there is so much more to discover. A reminder you are everything you need to be. You were born worthy. This life is yours. Joy is your birthright. That abundance is your birthright. That love is your birthright. And anyone who struggles to meet you in that, you turn away from. You do not question your worth, your value. You stand in it. And in that, we shine a light for others to do the same. Find a full deep breath in. Let it go. Drop chin to chest, bow brains to heart. Rooted on the earth, open to the heavens. Let us be a channel for your wisdom. Thank you for being here, my love. Namaste. Take your time to do whatever it is you need to do. You can journal, write it out, speak it out, move it out, breathe it out, whatever feels nice. I will leave that link to donate if you feel called to. You don't have to. It's just an opportunity to support this space, this channel, and to give back to something that maybe gives to you. And if that is not within your realm right now or accessible to you, maybe just share this with somebody. That is enough. Thank you, my love, and have a beautiful winter solstice.